happening, y'all? Chris Bonner here, Power Training TV, all things power related. I've been getting a lot of questions from combat athletes, MMA guys. They want to know some explosive exercise or how to train explosiveness on MMA. I did a video about a month or two back. I want you guys to check that out. I think it was a pretty quality video. It was more for conditioning, but in the same sense, I touched on explosiveness. Here's my take on training explosiveness for MMA, and I'll kind of give you guys a little guideline on what to follow by. My thing with MMA is I realize these guys train almost very similar in a way to wrestlers or boxers, where it's continuous, all-out going. Let me first say this by analogy I use. You guys like to try to stay explosive and train that way and mimic the rounds that you do. And I think this is great for conditioning when you're doing this for 3 minutes, 5 minutes straight or something like that. But when it comes to actually upping your max or your explosive capacity, you guys need to make sure that you train that individually on its own, and then focus your auxiliaries on training in the conditioning style that you guys do. So what I mean is, when you want to get explosive legs, you have to squat, you need to jump. Now, I don't want you to do repeated box jumps for 10 minutes. That's not what I mean. What I want you to do is I want you to come into a gym on a leg day. I want you to go for 1 rep max, vary your box jumps, vary your vertical jumps, broad jumps, plyometrics, depth jumps, and then I want you to go ahead and then perform an absolute strength movement like the squat or deadlift. Stay under 5 and really tax the nervous system. So you're training power speed, and then you're training absolute strength. Then after that, I want you to go ahead and circuit train to mimic that 3 to 5 minutes of your rounds and the conditioning. This is going to allow you to get that powerful, explosive capacity. If you guys try to train 1 rep max box squats for 10 minutes straight, it's not going to help you any. Your creatine phosphate levels are going to be depleted, and you won't be able to have that power output. So the main thing I want you guys to focus on here is, like I said, focusing on 10 times 1, 12 times 1, 8 times 2, 6 times 3, around that rep and set range. Set and rep range, I'm sorry. But to give you guys a clue as for explosiveness, here's the thing with MMA that I would personally do. Your auxiliaries, and your lifts, they all need to be compound movements. You need to focus on forced coupling exercises. What I mean by that is, you are an athlete. You are not a bodybuilder. You are not. That's why some of the bodybuilders I've seen a bodybuilder try to MMA fight, and he looked horrendous. Go watch a bodybuilder try to fight. They look retarded because they're so isolated as far as their muscles aren't integrated within each other, and they don't train movements. You have to train movements. So you're not going to look the best per se, but you're going to move the best, and you're going to move efficiently. So make sure your movements are very efficient. You force couple with the trunk. Everything is in your trunk. So whether you want to plant and punch, it starts from the ground, through the trunk, up to the upper body. Everybody knows that. But so now your gym lifts need to mimic that. So when you're doing a row, instead of a row, why not get down and renegade row in the plank type position? So now you're pulling to the armpit, you're rowing, same thing as the back, and now your core is integrated. Why not when you wood chops, you're pushing out laterally, and now you're integrating the trunk, basically, is all I'm trying to say. I can give you exercises for days, but focus on multi-joint, going across, force coupling movements for explosiveness in MMA when you're choosing auxiliaries. Check it out, try it out. Hey, I hope it helped you guys out. Please drop me a comment. Let me know if it's helping you guys out. Holler at you. Chris Bonner, Power Training TV.